Welcome back to another episode. I'm Martin,
I'm DJ.
and today we got a special guest. Go ahead and please introduce yourself to everybody that's watching.
I'm DENGE, TKO crew.
Okay, word.
Cool,
Word.
that's good. So before we go ahead and continue with this episode, we got a lot of stuff to dive in. So we're going to dive into a lot of the graffiti art and history behind it. And thank you for coming out here. I know it's a trip and it's a mission to come out here, but thank you. So let's go ahead and let's roll the intro.
We them broke boys from the hood. We on them missions, understood. Won't catch us lacking, we that good. We always winning like we should. We flying high, we butterfly up to the sky. No way you catching us goodbye. Pray to God we make it out alive.
My first question I want to ask you is, how'd you find from my page?
I was looking through and I seen like the name caught my eye. And I was like, what is this? Broke Boys from Fresno.
He was like, this is retaliation.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? And then I started seeing like there was like interviews and different things. And I was like, I was kind of like appealing. So I was like, oh, you know what? Let me see. Let me look a little more. And I started seeing you guys had a couple people on. So after that, I kind of took initiative and said, hey, you know what? I want to see if I can get an interview, get the graffiti
Scene, yeah. Yeah, no, and thank you. I saw the message and I sent him a message to DJ instantly. I was just like, I really want to do this episode. Like, this is great. I love learning things. I love history behind different things. So that's definitely like something that I would love to showcase. So I was like, yeah, I'm for this for sure.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Heck yeah, absolutely. That's an opportunity, man. And then it's also crazier because when he texted me that, I was like, bro, a graffiti artist?
Yeah.
Like, I've met a professional graffiti artist when I was younger, but like the level of professionalism back then probably wasn't as high as I thought it was, right? But being able to see someone who's actually in the scene, who's actively doing it, like, tell us a little bit about it, bro, about the lifestyle. Like, when did you know, like, this was your form of work, so to speak?
It goes back to, like, as far as I can remember, like, I want to say, like, 9 or 10. And I remember, like, my mom would write on the back of the envelopes, the mail. I don't know if she was, like, doodling or I don't know what the heck she was doing. But I think that's kind of where it transpired. And as I got older, like 13, I ended up seeing, like, graph videos of, like, most of the people were from New York.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like JA stuff, Coke 2, Scene, Cas 5. And then when I seen, I think it was War 2 that came out. And this is the crew I'm a part of now, which is TKO.
Yeah.
And they're from like the 80s, you know? Shout out to T-Logs for putting me on. And I know it's kind of like, I've always wanted to get into TKO.
Right.
That was like my goal. So I ended up reaching that goal, you know, that I wanted. And ended up meeting him. Can't say too much about like the initiation and stuff, but that's where it transpired. And then after seeing those videos, I was like, I gotta come up with a name. And me personally, I've always been like the type of person that wanted to create my own stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want any name. I want to make up a name. And I was good at the letter D's. And I liked E's. And then I was cool at N's. And I was like, gotta have a G in there. You gotta balance it out.
Yeah, that's real.
Gotta balance it out with an E. So I was like, DENGE. Oh, we'll go with it. And because it was like, what do you say, acronyms?
Yeah.
And it was like, what was it when I first came out with it? I think it was like, that evil, notorious grapher everyone knows or everyone remembers. And then I took off the R, and I was like, DENGE. I'm just go by DENGE.
Yeah.
So when I was 13, that's when I officially made the name DENGE.
Denge.
Wow.
Okay.
Heck yeah. That's something incredible, bro. Being able to like really find your own passion identity at that age. Like I knew for me it was like cars and shit back then. That was
Yeah.
for sure my bloodline. But to get into something very artistic, but something so specific in that form of art that you made a name for yourself. That's incredible, bro. And I know that graffiti scene back then would definitely hit a lot more than it does now.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. I feel like the culture for graffiti artists now, it's almost like a lost style trait. And it's still good to see people, you know, tagging certain things. Like sometimes I'll be driving on the freeway and I'll see a whole train side just blasting. I'm just like, hell yeah.
Yeah. So tell us the difference between the styles, because we were talking about graffiti art and then the different. There's two different varieties, right?
Yeah. Well, there's for me, there's like a graffiti bomber, and then there's like it's almost like basketball, like NBA in college.
Yeah.
You know, kind of. There's always two of the polar opposites.
Right.
So people with style is more like the artistic side, but they can also be bombers too,
Right.
depending on where they're putting it.
Yeah.
But bombers is more street. There's nothing about free walls that we care about.
Okay.
We don't want permission. We just want to hit whatever we want.
Right.
Doesn't matter. And that's just how some of us live by, but majority of the people make their own rules and have their own codes.
Yeah.
You know, some people can think it's wrong to paint on churches or businesses, and
Right.
some people are like, you know, that's stupid, and let's not do that. Let's go hit a freeway spot. Or everyone has their own thing, so to each his own, you know.
Yeah.
And there's really no rules when it comes to deciding what you want to paint, but there is rules about what you go over.
Okay. So there's like politics in behind this whole thing.
In a sense, yeah, because it kind of came from, depends on what part of, you know, the city you're from. If you're from LA, I think it started with like tag banging.
Right.
So there would be actual gang members with
Tagging up the walls.
crews.
Yeah.
And
This is
they'll
where
be
we're
taggers.
from.
Yeah, and they'll make up a crew, but also be banging.
Yeah.
And then New York, that's why I took like a liking more to like New York, because it was all like just bombing. Like,
Right.
We're painting, we're hitting trains, we're doing streets, and you know, the same with LA. Like those two cities, man, are probably like the mecca of all craft.
Right.
You know, Philly too, but that's majority of where all like the pioneers came out of. All the people that are somebody came from is like, you know, there's just a ton of writers, man.
Yeah.
And it's like with anything in life, it's like, why do you think it's only a few people that make an impact? Why do you think there's a few people that stand out?
Right.
It's because it's like a formula with anything, is that you're doing something that the next man is not doing.
Yeah.
You're pushing your limits, you know, depending on what that is. If you want to do street stuff or get permission walls, like artists and bombing is two different things to me. And
They're two different worlds.
yeah, I feel like for me, that whole thing is more like, when I get older and I can't do street shit, like then I'll go to trains or like free wall stuff.
Okay.
You know, that's how I feel about it. I'm not saying that's like how it goes, you know?
You're like, that's chump change. Like,
Yeah. But I've never been a person of style. Like,
Yeah.
I can actually draw.
okay.
I can actually draw like cheap eyes, like, you know.
You're an artist.
Yeah, I can really draw, I can really write, but I just choose not to do it.
Right.
Because, I don't know, there's like this, thing in me where my ego has to be fed. And I really don't know where it comes from, you know, and that's the only way to fill my need, and it's just overwhelming, man. And there's nothing like painting street stuff. It's like a high, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a high. Like, I don't do no drugs, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything. The only thing I do is graph,
Right.
you know, and that's the only thing I'm addicted to, man. And I'll never stop. I'll find some way to do it, and you know, I just don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Not that I can't do it, but I just don't want to.
Yeah, it's your passion. It's what you like to do.
That's something
exactly.
beautiful, man. That's crazy. So, like, if you could name one of your favorite pieces, do you have a name for it?
This episode is brought to you by Never Trusted. Before we keep it rolling, we gotta give a big shout out to our sponsor, Never Trusted. Straight out of the 559, they've been repping the culture and the grind since day one. Never Trusted is more than just a brand, it's a statement. It's for the ones who hustle, the ones who've been counted out, and the ones who never folded under pressure. You'll catch us rocking Never Trusted on the podcast, in the street, and at events, because it is Fresno made, Fresno raised, and built for everybody chasing something bigger. So if you're trying to support local and you want gear that actually speaks to the lifestyle, go tap in with Never Trusted. Hit their socials, grab your drip, and let them know that Broke Boy sent you. Never Trusted was built in the 559, trusted by no one, respected by all. Now back to the episode.
Or do you have a visual that you want to show the audience of any of your pieces that you've made?
Well, mine is kind of just like the bubble throw up, kind of
Okay.
like graph,
Yeah.
street stuff.
Right.
Not really artsy, but there is one that I'm gonna do, and I can give some insight on it. It's gonna be half good and half evil, and I'm gonna have somebody actually paint Yoda and Darth Vader, and they're gonna be cutting it in half, and half of it's gonna be the green and
Right.
Yoda and Darth Vader.
That's
That's
crazy.
gonna be wicked, man.
That's gonna be sick, bro. Damn, dog. So, and in regards to your art style, right? You said it's more like a bubble throw up type deal. Was there somebody that inspired you to do that style, or was that something you were just like, oh, I'm good at this, I'm gonna just keep doing it?
I actually took pieces from all the greats that I follow.
Right.
So
Okay,
it wasn't
word.
just one particular person.
Right.
So I got like I don't know, there's been like tons of freeways where I just hit back to back is just like, I probably did like 300.
Damn.
I hit the 180, 168, the 99, and it's all in one night.
Right.
So I'm just blitzing everything.
Right.
And then I got that from a writer from New York. He's known as J.A. And I got my E's from Scene, which is another writer from New York.
Right.
And I kind of got like I want to say like the mindset from like different artists like T-Loads from TKO. I would say Cash 5 from New York. And Cap 2, one of my favorites. He's like the all-time ragging everybody, which means like going over people.
Right.
So he
Right.
was like the inventor of like dissing.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
So that's
Oh, so when somebody goes over their art, that's a personal diss?
yeah, well, this is why I said about the rules, right?
Right.
So the rules in graph supposedly is if I hit a tag, just a regular tag,
Yeah.
I can go over with a throw up.
Okay.
And then if someone comes with the burner, they can go over mine. And then if a burner, I can go over with the piece. But that's not how the streets work.
Right, right.
You know, if you go over somebody, like, you have to think about the thought that goes in someone's head. Like, oh, fuck this dude.
Right.
Oh, my shit's better. Or whatever the case is.
Right.
But
Right.
anyone that's ever went over me has suffered defeat. And because, and this is not my ego talking, this is truth, man. Anyone will tell you, anyone that's went over me crews. There's been tons of people that came after me and failed miserably.
Right.
And it's not that I inflicted it. I've never inflicted nothing. It's always somebody went over me or went in my throw up or something.
Right.
Then I'll go back and fix it. Then they would do it again. So I was just like, all right, this means war, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then I just put my flag in the ground and just go over whoever is with them and whoever's a part of them.
Jeez.
So it doesn't even matter about the person firing the shots. Because I know deep down, if they see me together, they're probably all gonna whoop my ass. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's not be naive, you know? So that's why everyone has to get it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a form of, it's like, I don't know. I don't know why people have always were like so fond of going over me. And I don't know if it's because I don't actually know how big I am.
Right.
And maybe somebody can see that and maybe want to say, let me get my 5 seconds of fame and let me go over this guy. You know, and I never knew what it was. Like, I sat there and thought about it, but I'm not the type of person to ask that person why they did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm not
That's
going to
crazy,
hit no
man.
one up. It's just like, I'm going to leave it in the streets.
Yeah.
Boom. And that's how things kind of go with that's how problems start because they believe in that rule.
Yeah.
You know, I went over his tag, it was a throw up, or a throw up over a burner, then a piece. Like,
Yeah.
that stuff doesn't hold weight out here.
Wow.
It's like a silent warfare. That's
yeah,
crazy.
literally. So for you guys' crew, TKO, how many members are you guys? If that's okay.
Worldwide.
Damn.
Dang.
Worldwide, LA, New York, Canada, Mexico.
Oh, so you have definitely like people will see your pieces. And,
Yeah.
like, come on now, it's not just like just something locally. No, this is nationwide.
You know what's crazy is I'm pretty sure I've seen one of your pieces on the 99 before you get to the Shaw off ramp. There's a whole fencing on the right hand side, and it's usually nothing but hella tags across that fencing. You remember where the old Quiznos used to be at?
Yeah,
right there,
right
on the
there in that area.
backside.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was you, but I know I've seen that tag. I know I've seen
It's very
that
familiar.
tag.
Yeah, I feel
and
like
it's
I've
spelled in individual letters.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit is crazy.
Yeah,
I
feel like we
imagined.
definitely had ran through anywhere part of town of your artwork.
Yes.
Yeah, well, definitely. I've been across the world. I've been to Hawaii, Cancun, Mexico.
Damn.
I even got some upcoming places, like I'm gonna head to Washington, Japan, like next year.
Jeez.
So I'm not just a local artist, like I've been to New York, the Mecca. I told myself,
And you leave your mark around there too, right? You have to, right?
my God, I mean, try walking to New York by yourself. You know what I mean? Not knowing, you know, and there's no fear.
Yeah.
Like, I'm completely fearless. Like, I've always had it since a kid. Like, I've always felt like whatever happens, gonna happen, you know?
Amen.
And it's not like I'm gonna let myself, but I'm not gonna inflict the problem. But hey, I'm here to paint on that. Like, you know, please don't try to stop me. You know?
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I feel like everyone has to go to the Mecca. Is LA and New York. And if you haven't been to those places as a writer, like, just in my opinion, like, you have to go visit those places, man.
Right.
If you're anybody that wants to make a name for yourself, like, you have to go bomb those places. Those are the 2 biggest places of graph that's ever came out of anywhere.
Right.
It's like the Mecca of graph, you know?
Yeah.
What's a huge stigma in the graffiti world that people believe in, but it's not necessarily true?
That probably all graphers are like bad people in a sense.
Okay.
You know, kind of, we're just regular people working regular jobs.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably one of the biggest things, and I just think that maybe that we have lack of empathy or something, that we're not empathetic, or
Right.
we just don't care about people's shit.
Right.
Which you should judge that based on the individual.
Right. Not the whole scene
Yeah,
itself.
because graffiti's. Can you imagine like if every grapher was just considered like a grapher,
Right.
and it's like being a part of. You're a tagger, like, oh, they're just all one group.
Right, exactly.
And it's not that.
Exactly. It's so diverse. It's way more into it when you actually like really dive in.
Yeah.
And that's even crazier because even the question he asked you earlier, like the politics in it. There's politics in everything. There's politics in the car community, the music community, like. But to hear it in regards to the graffiti, it's like I always knew about like gang terps tagging over each other in LA.
Yeah.
Like that's huge.
That's very common.
Yes, absolutely. But then realizing that not everybody who was associated and again was tagging. Sometimes it's people who were originating their own style of art that grew up around their family who did it, or maybe it was just them and they were inspired by it and they started doing it. And it's beautiful to see that it's a community of people accepting each other, and it's not just like a dog eat dog world where it's like, oh no, I don't respect you. It's individual people or my gang versus the world type shit. Like there is a community out there. There is a group of people that are willing to do this, and they're how do you say, they're welcoming. They're not gonna be like, oh no, like get the fuck out of here. We ain't fucking with your art style type shit. Like there's groups out there that are willing to be like, hey, we fuck with you. We'll help bring you in.
Yeah,
Type deal.
it's like with anything, everything has to have consequences.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, nothing is gonna go like unscathed.
exactly.
Like, there has to be a right and wrong, and it's like if you messed up or you did something, your homies are probably gonna have to DP you.
Yeah.
Beat your ass.
Yeah.
Because that is. It's respectable because you have to answer to somebody.
Exactly.
You know, if not, then we're gonna have a bunch of people doing JCat stuff and thinking that nothing's gonna happen to them.
Right.
And things like that have to happen.
Right.
You know, and it's for the sake of other people, not for the person inflicting it.
Right.
It's
Right.
because, hey, you can't do that. It's not right.
Right.
We don't abide by that.
There's certain boundaries that are being set. And do you think that it's a widely known thing, like that there is, let's say, repercussions for doing certain things? Like you said, it's a silent warfare, but it's sometimes those rules are made up by other people, and let's just say that person doesn't know your rule. Like, do you think that there's like an overall rule known in the group or in the scene? Is it just strictly don't tag over nobody else's shit unless you want war?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, unless they're your enemy or someone that your group of people kind of
Like rivals.
had fun for years, and then you're gonna go over people that you personally never had a conflict with,
Right.
but the crew that you're in does. So sometimes that happens, but I mean, overall, it's like, well, everyone's trying to do the same thing.
Right.
And you gotta look at life in that way too. Like, everybody that makes music are not on the same page.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, people have enemies you create because to have those type of things is what makes you have drive. To have rivalry.
Right.
That's what
Right.
makes you have drive, because imagine if, you know, like, everyone's cool, supportive, and this, like,
There's no sense of competition.
because there's no people. You gotta understand human nature. They like controversy. They like to hear. That's why bad news will travel more than good news.
Yes.
Oh, this happened to this
Yes.
person or this. Like, this is the law of human nature.
Right.
You know, this is how people operate. So, as far as tagging goes, like, it's no different than anything else.
Right.
Right.
It's just we have our rules.
Right.
And everyone else has theirs, but yeah, definitely don't go over no one's shit.
Gotcha.
You
Gotcha.
know, try the best you can.
Since we're on that topic, I mean, if it's appropriate for you to bring up, what are some of the rules that you guys have that you guys enforce?
Just like one, I would say just don't go over people's shit. That's pretty much the same thing.
That's the major one.
Yeah, you can't be doing like, obviously stuff against like morals or like you know, doing pretty much like stuff that people wouldn't do.
Right.
You know,
Gotcha.
you don't want to be doing anything of like, you know, we don't want a bad rep. We don't want to see anyone doing anything. You know, drugs is a big thing too.
Yeah.
You know, if you're over consuming in something and you're making yourself look bad, and you're making everyone else look bad because you're holding those three letters under your name. So, you know, it's like with anything, you don't want if you're a boss, you don't want your workers smoking all day, and then it's like, he's looking bad.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, dude, you're making the business look bad.
Right.
So it's like the same thing in everything. You know, that's how I kind of see it. But yeah, definitely can't let things consume you, and you just can't look bad. You know, like, 'cause you make everyone else look bad.
Right.
You know.
Now, is there ever like meetings that you guys have? Like maybe like once a month, you guys go somewhere to meet up, or like you were saying, like traveling, and you and your crew are like, hey, let's go somewhere.
I mean, there is certain times for that, but depending on what they're doing.
Right.
You know, if you're in LA, people have different like groups. So it's like groups inside of groups. So not everybody in my crew I'm gonna go paint with.
Right.
So the people in Mexico are like kind of with their people.
Yeah.
And then LA with them, and then over here is, you know, wherever you have people at. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a free for all, but there's people everywhere from my crew. So like the crew that I'm in is like there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, every different city, you know, and the president T-Logs will end up, you know, putting in a good word like, hey, you know, we got a member going out there, show them around.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is.
That's tight.
That's sick, bro. Did you, I know you heard about the situation that had happened out there in New York where that big ass tower was getting tagged up and the police had came out there and they had the helicopter. People were actively tagging it day after day.
In LA?
LA, sorry, not New York,
Yeah.
LA, yeah.
Yeah.
Brother, how did you feel seeing that? Like being in the scene, watching that happen and seeing that on the news, like, how did you feel in the moment?
The crazy thing is that the president of the crew, which is Toomer, he was actually one of the first persons
Damn.
to scope that spot out and was like, we should do something here.
Right.
Damn.
You know, he ended up telling us too, and then I don't know what ended up happening, but further along the line, everybody started hitting it.
Right.
And
Because it was abandoned, right?
yeah, but he said too though, one time where he's like, if you weren't a known artist or bomber, like that was your go-to to get fame. So for people that are known, they're kind of like,
Let them have their moment.
yeah, like they probably needed more. I don't know what their idea of it is, but it was a moment.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you hit it and you got on there, like, oh yeah, dudes got up there, you know. But I don't think for real bombers were like looking forward to it. Like, oh, I'm gonna go to LA and I'm gonna hit this tower. Like,
Right.
bro, there's so much walls and so much stuff. Like, that's why I always got into stuff that's endless. Like graffiti, there's no end.
Yeah.
There's music, there's no end.
Right.
All these things that I got into, there's no end to it. There's like, you can live 3-4 lives and not touch the surface, you know?
Right.
Like, graffiti is one of those things where you just have to do it and strategically, even if that, like, you're probably not gonna ever, we're just scratching the surface, man.
Right.
You know, we're trying to scratch as much as we can. So like, for anybody out there riding, like, just do you, man. Don't go over people. You know, don't be a dumbass. Don't be a dick. You know, just remember the goal is to put your art or your graph there and to go home at the end of the day. That's it.
Yeah. So now I want to dive into some stories, see if you can say yes or no to, have there been times that you almost got caught?
There's been a ton of times. I would say like a good handful, but these handful were like really times where
Really?
there was no exit.
Wow.
Like I think it was well, I can't say the actual freeway, but it was one of the freeways, and I'm hitting back to backs. Like I think I hit like 33.
Holy shit.
So I hit like 33 back to backs, and there's two ways in. This way, and there's a gate kind of closest on this side, so right or left. So all I see was like spotlights light up. Oh, my first reaction is just I fell flat and laid on my back, so they couldn't really see. Once I heard the chain jiggling,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're coming in. So I was like, damn. So I kind of like put the paint next to me in my bag, like as I'm on the floor.
Yeah.
Put it in my bag, and I was like, all right, shit, what do I do? And then right when I'm thinking of going the other way, more lights on this other side.
Wow.
So I'm like, god damn, like, so I immediately thought, I don't know if my adrenaline kicked in.
Yeah.
Put my backpack on, I jump over the freeway, run across the fucking divider. I swear to God, run across the divider, there's cars, beep, beep, fucking honking. You know, just, I hop over the thing, and I go, and there's like a piece of the freeway where there's like wire, like metal wire.
Right.
So I grab that wire as hard as I can, and I just like kind of like fling myself up. So I end up getting over that, and I see the cars moving.
Right.
Because I'm barely on the other side of the freeway, so to them it's like
Just down the street.
just crossing the little bridge
Yeah.
between. So I look, and there's this big ass brick wall. I think there's like apartments behind it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, god damn, like there's no way I'm gonna get up there, you know? So I end up running a little bit like I'm coming out of the freeway, and then the wall gets shorter. So I end up just hopping that damn wall, and I must have stayed in those apartments, dude, probably for like 3 hours. Just sitting there, like hoping to God that they weren't circling. And then the crazy part is that I parked my fucking car literally right where they were.
Oh shit.
So I left my paint,
Yeah.
took off whatever, and I always wear gloves.
Yeah.
So in case they search you, whatever.
Yeah.
So I end up walking out the apartments, and it's like all the way around. And then I end up walking, and there's this car creeping. I was like, what the hell? And it's a white lady, she's in a Jeep, and she's like, have you seen my dog? And I'm like 12 and dog? Serious? No, I haven't seen nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so I end up going, and thank God it's like like an area where there's a bunch of homeless people that do drugs back and forth. So I was like, maybe I thought I was that. So I ended up like waiting, kind of like walking further. Didn't see no cars, hopped in my car, got on. And then I ended up circling back and trying to see who it was, you know? Because I'm not a curious person, but I do want to know if it was like law enforcement or something. So I end up like parking, and then I parked kind of like backed into this, not like a driveway, but it was like
Like an alleyway?
Yeah, kind of like an alleyway. I back into there, and I walk, and they're just boom, boom, boom.
Oh shit.
Like they're like circling.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I can't see nobody. All the windows are tinted. Every single car, all the windows are tinted.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell? These like undercovers or something? Like, how the fuck did they know I was here? So I just bounced out. Boom, fuck them. If they were, I don't care who it was. Like, I'm out of here, man.
Yeah.
So I ended up dipping out. And I would say another time was when I was on a rooftop with somebody. I won't say the person's name, but there was a helicopter flying over, and I was like, damn, like, seems pretty close.
Yeah.
And it's a high crime area, so I'm like, I'm always used to hitting rooftops and freeway spots. So I'm like, oh, it just passed. Kept circling.
Ah, shit.
And then I ended up seeing lights at the bottom. I was like, what the fuck? So there's like a little, if people know Fresno, they know the spot. There's like a little window on top of that rooftop. I would say it's like a 8-foot drop in for the first level.
Yeah.
So we ended up going in there and hiding in there until all that shit was gone. But there was like mad cops down there. I'm talking about mad cops. And how we knew, if we ended up calling somebody and asking them, like, hey, we need you to come right here to see. And they're like, bro, there's howling cops. Wherever you guys are, just fucking stand there. Do not come out.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, just wait right there until they did, so we can climb out. And bro, it was we have to climb out of that 8-foot drop. Thank God we have the ladder. We have the ladder on the roof, and then we have to use the ladder to get down.
Yeah.
So imagine how much time.
You guys had to set up and do it.
Nice, bro.
And hopefully there's not a cop waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
You know,
Jesus.
so we got out of that clean, man. You know. And there was another time where I was hitting I think it was a rooftop in Reedley. And I didn't get caught necessarily. It had nothing to do with law enforcement, but I actually fell like about a story and a half high.
Fuck.
And I swear to God, like, I was trying to do this, like, climbing left to right,
Yeah.
and I got, like, I don't know if it was that high, but it was pretty fucking high.
Right.
And I ended up grabbing this piece of log, and I kind of checked it before. Once I put my weight on it, this thing shot out of the
Like spread off the wall.
yeah, boom. And bro, it happened so fast. The next thing I know, I'm trying to fall straight, but I guess when I went like, I kind of like turned.
Yeah.
So my first reaction was like, I don't want to hit my head.
Yeah.
So I just
Kind of tuck in.
curled
Yeah.
up in the ball. Bro, I fucked my whole side up. Like, I didn't break nothing though. I fucked my whole side up.
Yeah.
My ribs, everything was bruised. And it was so bad where my girl was like, yeah, just tell me the truth. Did like someone kick your ass? It looks like you got fucking jumped. Like, don't fucking lie to me. And I was like, nah, I fucking fell. Like I tried to reach in, boom, the fucking thing pulled out of the wall. And I ended up tumbling, falling, dude.
Dang.
And then once I got up, bro, I couldn't breathe.
And all air was out of
you.
you.
In the car the whole time. Just,
Would have thought you punctured a lung, bro. Holy shit. That's amazing how you got out of that, bro. A story and a half?
yeah, it's fucking high, man.
My little fragile ass would have broke something. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm big bone, boys. That gravity's gonna.
That's insane, man. And especially, I mean, I'm not gonna self-incriminate myself. I was gonna say something, but I probably will leave that for another private episode. But that adrenaline is something else.
Yeah.
I know that feeling very well. That adrenaline is something else. And to be able to say you escaped from something like that in a situation where you're like, bro, I'm fucked. There's no way out of this. Those are stories you tell your kids, your grandkids. Like, I love that, man. What's life worth living is the interesting stories.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, and I know you already left a message for anybody trying to get into that. What's a message that you would say to anyone that's losing faith in the graffiti scene?
For me personally, I developed this type of ego to where it's like, I'm people can make fun of it, but it's like unstoppable.
Right.
Like to the point to where like I'm gonna do it no matter what. And I'm probably the only person right now in my city that is still doing graffiti, even with all this graffiti abatement shit, them locking people up, them finding people, putting them away. I'm the only person that was still out there.
Man.
And it's like, just don't be so naive. Like, don't be so welcoming. Like, that's why I said, like, having ego isn't bad for the right reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
having ego towards someone, like, well, why does this person want to know me? Like, why do they want to go painting with me?
Right.
Like, what am I going to get from it? Like, that's the time to use your ego.
Right.
Be humble once you know them.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like it's like a double-edged sword. So depending on how you look at things, because I just think that it all has to do with the person. You can't put faith in somebody. You can't make them do anything. They have to want it.
Exactly.
You have to want it, and you have to breathe it, live it. There's gonna be times where you just don't want to do shit.
Right. Right.
And it's a love-hate situation like everything else.
Right.
You know, it's not gonna always be, I'm gonna go painting, I'm gonna do this. Like you said, what good is anything without those stories,
Right.
without that journey,
Right.
without that mishap? Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's insane, man.
Yeah, and us getting to meet you, you're such a humbling person, and you know we related to a lot when it comes to like betrayal and people just switching up and
Yeah.
But in your guys' world, like how do you guys cope with it? How do you guys deal with it?
Well, how I dealt with it was, me personally, it's just kill them with success.
Amen.
That's the only thing that's gonna make you different from them.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not the type of person to turn into the person that caused it.
Right.
You know, I'm better than that. Like I got class. Like if I see them, it's probably gonna be a different story. but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just walk past them, but something's gonna happen. But in that, it's like I don't even think about those people.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even care about them. I don't care what they're doing. Like, just kill them with success. Kill them with being the best writer, the best whatever you're doing. Like, try and elevate, and you'll watch all your enemies disappear.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a great piece of advice, man. I like that. I really do.
That's such a crazy like perspective to have. I hear a lot of rappers that talk about that too. Not in word for word, but they say it's like
Sometimes you got to be the bigger person.
Yeah.
And just
and let it go. But
Yeah.
then like when you run into those people from years ago that, you know, either try to hinder your vision or try to stop you from, you know, reaching those goals or your passion, and you realize how small they were
yeah.
and how big you've become, it's
Yeah.
like, damn, see what that hating shit got you? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
And then,
I love
you
that.
think about it too, because it's just at that moment that shit happens, you're just like, you want to clap back, you want to get
Right.
revenge, you want to go
Right.
eye for an eye.
Right.
But it's more rewarding
Mm-hmm.
when you become the bigger person.
Right.
Because you never know. I mean, God's watching.
Yeah.
You'll be blessed.
Yeah.
It's true. It's like the stuff that I seen was like, if everyone goes eye for eye, then everybody leaves blind.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like, it's more, for me, it's more better because like, you get to know something that you didn't know. It's like a lesson. It's like a superpower because I got to see in someone's brain that no one ever gets to see.
Yeah.
You know, and these are people that are concealing it.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like an open conversation, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna play you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. No, they come as friends. They come as your best friend, they come as whatever it is. And it's just odd that we can't detect it until it happens sometimes.
Right.
It's because we put up these barriers and
Like safety guards.
Yeah, and I had friends, honestly, the truth, that I've done a lot of things with, and they had my back in the midst of chaos. A whole bunch of stuff, fed me, did all this, but that didn't mean anything the day of the betrayal.
Yes.
Man,
It's just it meant to me. Like I was like, oh, this dude will never tell on me.
yeah.
Ends up doing it.
Right.
And I'm like, what? Like, dude,
You would never thought.
yeah, we did all this street stuff.
And then you switch up.
For a while.
Yeah.
And you switched over this?
Yeah.
Or like a girl or something? Like, it's just insane, man. It really is.
That's crazy that you say that.
You know?
This because I relate.
Yes.
I relate. We relate.
Yes.
We know
Heavily.
the feeling.
Heavily.
And it's just like, you know what? Like, people can throw dirt on your name all they want, but they're gonna see what they've been fertilizing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's annoying, but I've always gone to the saying of, I want to see you eat, just not at my table.
It's not on my table.
Like, I got no hatred towards, like, I hate what you did. I hate the fact of how things were, because I took care of you. I paid for your meals. I made sure that you were fed. I made sure that we're good. You took advantage of my kindness. And then that's how I get treated. That's how I get done dirty. Okay. And it's crazy that the world is like that. And we were talking about that briefly before we started. But these are things that are supposed to happen so that way you learn and you can see the reality of, like, hey, you know what? Maybe the next person that I meet, or the next person, you're going to be on guard. You're going to pay attention to the signs before.
Right. Or maybe
like that
solitude is what's meant for you. Sometimes you don't need a circle. Sometimes all you need is your inner family or yourself, you know? There was often times where I had big groups of people, like, growing up in school, I had several circles. But I always ended up feeling alone. I was like, I don't really got no homies like that. Why do I feel like that? But I know people. A lot of it was because I wasn't supposed to be putting my trust in people because I was going to waste my time in the end. They would either betrayed me or they weren't my niche, right? So it's like, if people aren't fitting you, or you don't fit a specific group of people, more than likely it's because it's not meant for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like growing up and maturing a little bit helps you recognize like that a little bit faster too, because it's like, damn, now these ain't my kind of people. You can go on a party, right? You can go on a house party and walk in and immediately know what kind of people you might fuck with and the motherfuckers you're gonna stay away from.
Yeah.
Because you've been around this rodeo a million times. When you're younger, it's like, damn, bro, like, I wish I had a group. I wish I had a gang of homies to do this with. But you learn eventually, and I think that's the beauty of life, is sometimes the betrayal makes you a stronger person. Sometimes the betrayal was meant to happen to you so you could recognize your value. Because sometimes you're valued more than what the people are around you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy to say it like that, man.
There's a lot of sayings too. There's like, one of the laws that I like the most is it says, your friends are more likely to betray you because they're, what's the word I'm looking for? They're more entitled. And then if you befriend an enemy, he's more likely to be more than a friend to you because he has more to prove.
Right.
You know, so I did that with several people. There's
Damn.
people that I was going neck to neck with.
Right.
And end up finding out is that people just have similar interests and they admired you or
Yeah.
something and they didn't know how to tell you.
Yeah.
And for me, a hater is someone that's telling you what you're not doing. So listen to them.
Right.
If a hater's like, oh, you ain't got this, you ain't got that, they're telling you all your weaknesses.
Yeah.
They're telling you everything you should be enhancing and getting, you know, to a
Right.
certain level. So it's
I never saw it that way.
I
And
never
now-
did either.
Now that
That's
you bring that
crazy.
up, I'm gonna start seeing it that way.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy. I like that. I like that analogy.
It's very easy to be dismissive over like people telling you like, yeah, but you're not this, or like, yeah, but you're not doing it like that. And it's like, bro, maybe we should use that as like,
Yeah.
constructive criticism is definitely one thing.
Yeah.
But I've never had that perspective on it. That's crazy. I think that's another thing about ego too, is sometimes the ego gets in the way and it's like, why am I going to listen to you when you're not even in the same field of work as me?
Right.
But sometimes we don't fully know who that person is, and maybe they're passionate about what we do,
Right.
but they just don't have the guts or the resources to do it.
Right.
But they can recognize it. The same way, like, I done told producer homies that I'm friends with, like, hey, dog, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, this sounds amazing, but, like, you should probably add this in there.
Yeah.
And if they can't take the constructive criticism because they're like, "What? You don't even make beats. Like, how you gonna tell me how to?" But me growing up in music and being around my family is nothing but producers. My grandfather, my dad, my uncles, bro. Like, it's been around me, so I have a ear for music. I can hear that shit. So when I give advice to one of the homies, they be like, and then they end up putting it in there. Like, damn, bro, you were right. So many times it's happened, bro. Sometimes you never know who's really like giving you the tips and tricks, or even if they're hating, so to speak, like trying to talk shit on you. Sometimes it is the boost that you need.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to hear it.
It's like what some business people say is the customer's always right.
Yeah.
So sometimes your audience could be right.
Yeah.
In a sense, because it's like some people are looking from the bleachers, and those people might see everything that's going wrong. Like, you know, and when you're in the game, it's kind of like,
Tunnel vision.
yeah, sometimes we have, you know, even with graphers, like, we have that, like, oh, you fools don't even pay, like, you know shit about it.
Right.
But they're like, oh, like, they don't care to elaborate more because they seen the ego, the blockage.
Right.
So, like, I was always told that the enemy of knowledge is knowledge, thinking you know too much.
Damn.
Wow.
It's not about not knowing or being ignorant. No, the enemy of knowledge is knowledge, thinking you know too much. You know, and everybody knows, like, I can know something
Right.
that somebody else don't know.
Right.
But in a different field,
Right.
they can know more than me.
Right.
You know, but that's why I always said I never judge people based off of like appearances or like anything, because the right situation might happen
Right.
where you're lost and that person's like, I know what's going on.
Right.
Right.
And it kind of surprises you.
Yeah.
Like, how did this person know this?
Yeah.
You know, it's there's so much stuff, man. Like, especially with like reading will open you up so much. Like, anybody that really knows me, and there's less than a handful that really know who I am, like, all I do is read.
Right. Bro. That is a
And that is a
rare
great
thing.
talent. Yeah, that is a great
All
talent.
I do is read.
Yes, bro. What's crazy is Kesey always says that.
Yeah.
Kesey's always just like, y'all need to read, and a lot of people don't take it to heart because I mean we live a fast life. A lot of people out here in Fresno, we live a really fast life.
Definitely.
You work, you try and do something you're happy about, like you try to do your passions in the middle of it. Some of us got families, some of us got hobbies that just take a lot of bit of time. But like if you get the chance to open up a book, whether it's the Bible, the Quran, if it's a Junie B. Jones book, bro, like read it, read something, because at the end of the day, reading is very, very essential. Like I feel like reading is such a lost art form, and
No, if 1,000% is.
like
I need to have pictures in my books. Not gonna
bro, I ain't gonna hold you. Me too.
Like I have such like bad ADHD. I could sit there, and then I'm dyslexic too, so it just makes it worse.
So like that's what I was saying earlier.
I'll get discouraged real quick after like one page.
That's what I was saying earlier.
I'm stuck in the intro.
I'm sitting there reading the page. I'm like, bro, I've read this same line about 6 times. I still haven't comprehended it. But once you're able to get over that, like books have so much knowledge, perspectives you never would have thought of, words you didn't know about, and then learned it, and now it's in your vocabulary. It's essential, I feel like, to humankind to master a language and continue to learn with it. I mean, to think about the English language, right? People who are born here, who learn the English language as their first language, still don't know all of the words. There's still words they're trying to figure out. The correct grammar of things, how to spell things, conjunctions,
I'm guilty
pronouns,
for that.
all that.
I'm guilty as fuck for that.
Listen, I am too, bro. And I think, like, if you know that, why wouldn't you want to learn more? Why wouldn't you want to sound professional or want to sound proper with your English? I mean, it's your natural given right to
Yeah.
speak, you know?
I'm taking this as a sign because you're like the fourth person that's told me like
Dead
you need to
ass,
get
me
into
too.
reading.
Dead ass, bro.
And what's a book that you recommend?
I would say I read more like Napoleon Hill, The Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Okay.
U2 is a good book. Think and Grow Rich
Yeah.
is a very great book.
Okay.
So the thing about those books that I can say to break it down to the best of my knowledge is like I heard one thing that says the cave that you fear the most holds the most valuable possessions.
Wow.
So the thing that you fear the most is holding you back from being your better self.
Damn.
And that's with anything though.
Right.
You know, because I struggle with a lot of stuff still, so it's like I'm barely scratching the surface,
Yeah.
but it's good to know because I've actually showed quite a bit of people certain things, and some people embraced it, some people laughed. And if you knew who I was before, you would definitely be like, damn, that is not the same guy.
Yeah.
You know, like this dude is completely someone else. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we could see it. But for those people, it's like I said before, it's like you can't put belief in nobody. You can't put nothing into nobody. People only change if they're inspired enough, if they're to the point of rock bottom,
Yes.
or it's just that they got a good friend that's like, come on, bro, you can
Right.
keep doing it. That's the only way people are going to change.
Right.
You know, there is no other answer. I mean, unfortunately, I never had someone to teach me.
Right.
I had to teach myself. You know, and I still remember to this day what actually changed me. At this time, I was smoking a bunch of weed in my car, my 4Runner, and I came across this video. It's called "Do You Know Yourself" by Bob Proctor.
Okay.
And I ended up seeing this whole thing. This is before the ego, before the confidence, before everything. And once I seen that 30-minute video, it's changed my whole life and perspective
Wow.
on things. Because I was completely like,
Yeah.
didn't know nothing, didn't care to know, didn't know I was lost.
Right.
And that's the worst type of people. And for me to see that video, it just transpired like, man, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of like amped up the whole rap scene and different stuff and kind of put that extra battery pack in my back. It just made me like look at everything as like a test of your own faith.
Yeah.
Basically, like,
It
are you
switched
gonna,
up. It,
yeah,
it bumped up a gear in you.
yeah, like, are you gonna do it or are you gonna let your fear get the best of you?
Yeah.
You know? And
Damn.
that's the only thing I've always thought of was like, are you gonna let your fear consume you and never know what it took to get that? Or are you actually gonna do it and say, I didn't make it?
Right.
And keep trying and going. Like, I'm relentless, dude. Like, I do not, if there's one thing about me, I do not give up.
Yeah. And I can feel that. I can feel
I will
it.
not stop,
Like,
dude.
Literally.
I'm a strong believer with people that you can sense their energy, you can sense their drive and the mindset.
Yeah,
And like I can relate to that. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I operate in the way of like you have to find your purpose. Whatever you want to set forth, whatever you want to do. And my purpose in life, and I've always said it from the beginning, is that I'm gonna be an impact in this world.
Yeah.
No matter how big, no matter how small.
Yeah.
And till this day, I can happily say that it's been working.
Yes.
And that's where you find your purpose. And if you don't have your purpose, you don't have your reason why you got to get up, why you got to do, why you have to find your why.
Right.
And once you find your why, that mindset switches.
Yes.
Why I do this? Who am I doing it for? What am I doing it for? Then it's just like where you're operating at a whole different level, and you find yourself. And I like that you share that because it's like again, like great minds think alike. I feel that energy. I feel that vibe from you.
Definitely.
And it's crazy because back to what you were saying too, Denzel Washington did a graduation speech I don't remember exactly where it was at or who it was for. It was a video I actually reposted on Instagram a while back, and it was basically going over like, imagine being on your deathbed,
Yes.
surrounded by all the versions of you that you doubted or that you didn't become,
That you could have become.
that you could have been.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're all looking at you like, bro,
Yeah.
this could have been you, but you decided not to take the chance.
Yeah.
And so now you must lay here on your deathbed full of regret, knowing that this is the opportunity you could have taken, but instead this is where you're at, you know? And I think that's a huge drive. I think it's a huge driving force for me personally, because I don't force my hand into certain situations. If an opportunity pops up, I take it.
Right.
Because that doubt in my mind that's like, nah, you probably shouldn't do it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it because this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Every opportunity given to me is once in a lifetime, because I can't promise that it's gonna come back to me.
Yeah.
Whether it's friendships, whether it's us doing interviews with somebody, whether it's a job opportunity. I mean, I know like risk levels and obviously if it's worth my time or not, but I'm still gonna at least assess it and be like, okay, let's see what it's about.
I feel like that's the biggest issue is who told us that we have time.
That too.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, bro.
That's
Man.
that's always been a big thing of me. Like, that's why I'm so like, if people really know me and there's something I want to do, immediately want to attack it. And do
Right.
it. I don't care. I failed 1,000 times.
Yes.
And I'm like, 1,001, here we go.
That's a part of the journey. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because, I don't know, I felt like in life, I've been broken so much to where like, you can't break something that's already broken.
Right.
You can only fix it.
Right.
So like for me, it's like, it doesn't hurt anymore.
Right. How? What is it gonna like? What's it costing me?
Yeah, like it doesn't cost me my sanity or nothing. So looking at certain things, and I've actually seen people that I showed certain things to, and they literally lit up with like confidence.
Right.
Because it's like, bro, like who's telling you you can't do that?
Right.
Like there's no one out here telling you nothing. Like no one in this life is, to be bluntly honest, like no one gives a fuck what you're doing.
Honestly,
They
bro,
really don't care.
that is so real.
You know, like no one really cares. The only thing that trips me out the most is that they would act like they care. And it bothers me more because it's like, instead of teaching someone, that's the best thing you can do. Like you said, the best thing to do is make an impact, but also to be inspiring
Right.
to somebody.
Right.
You know, like I have 9 brothers and sisters.
Damn.
I got 5 brothers, 4 sisters.
Jesus.
You know,
It's a big family.
Big,
Heck yeah. Heck
a
yeah.
lot of Christmas gifts.
And we don't want those same little green army toys no more.
Right. Yeah, hell no. Shit.
But yeah, it's always to build confidence in people I'm next to. Like if I'm out there, I don't want to be next to someone that's scared, don't know what to say. Is like I'm always making up plans. Like I know, besides the graph, I really don't have anything to like talk about more.
Okay.
In a greater sense of like, you know, doing something like for whatever, but I would always tell the person I'm with, like, hey dude, let's make up a story, like we're coming from your house, we just helped your dad paint a car.
Right.
We stay such and such right here.
Right.
So like coming up with the like, at least let's have a fighting chance to get out of the situation, you know?
Yeah.
And if we're up on the roof, I'm like, hey dude, you look out, and I don't mean just look and then be on your phone. I mean, I want to see you looking, staring. Like, don't take your eyes off, and then, yeah, it's your turn, and then kind of get in and get out, kind of military status.
Yeah. Operations.
Ninja
Yeah.
type of stuff, unseen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's how I like to operate.
Damn. Hell yeah. Great execution styles, bro. Man, it's been a wild episode. You know, this is my first time meeting you And even before we cut the episode on, we were in really deep conversation. It's insane being able to meet somebody you've never met before and hold conversations like these, talking about, you know, the regrets in life and not taking those chances, and then speaking on something that you're super passionate about, and then being able to connect with it. Like I was telling you about me being behind that park bathroom with the fucking ink pen doing graffiti and shit. You know, it's insane seeing other people being able to take something you're passionate about on a smaller scale and really just blow it into proportions that you could never imagine. And I feel like that the graffiti style is definitely something I want to see more of. I miss seeing that type of shit everywhere. Obviously, the city and law enforcement don't like it, but there's obviously rules and regulations, so we're gonna leave it at that. But at the same time, man, it's been a pleasure having you on the episode. It's been a great time, great conversations. Really humble guy, dog. Absolutely, you're probably one of the best guests we've had on here in forms of like intellectual talks and being able to really dive deep in what you are passionate about. You know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you for reaching out and educating us and educating the people on what you do and your crew. Shout out to the TKO.
Oh God.
And honestly, like I can't wait for you to show me more projects that you got going on. I was seeing your page. I've been looking. You sent me some of your artwork, and it's just like, that's incredible, man. Keep doing what you're doing. If this is what you're passionate about, keep doing it, bro.
I can't wait to see more DENGE. Every time I'm driving, I'm be looking around, bro. Just like, where's it at?
We're like, hey, I had an interview with him. Yeah. Well, thank you, man, for coming on. If there's something that you want to say or any inspiring words, this whole episode is inspiring.
Yeah, literally.
But to say goodbye to the people that are listening, is there something that you would want to say?
I want to say for my crew, shout out my crew, TKO, Tumor, T-Logs, TKO Press. Shout out everybody. I'm very grateful for being a part of the crew, and just keep bombing, Don't ever give up. That shouldn't even be a part of your thinking. All we know is go, and that's just the TKO way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll go ahead and plug in your socials where they can find you on Instagram.
_ DENGEONE _ which is Denge1, and that's on IG.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you for coming out here, man. It's been an incredible episode. Y'all go ahead and check them out on the socials. Much love. Peace.
Peace.
Dude.